will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. The papers this week, it was all talk about how big of a game this was. Of course it is. It's the playoffs. It's the divisional round. But they handle it well. They score early.
They really did. Plenty of confidence exuded on that drive. No nerves showing. Terrific way to get things started. They are in control.
Myers connects on the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. The It's an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
And the quality of opponent goes up a notch here in this divisional round. But he's coming off such a sensational performance, I'm not sure he cares. 4 touchdown passes in the last game, and you'd have to imagine his head coach would sign up for that right now.
They start the drive with Cook. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Here's Cook again.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right now at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so we're left with a 3rd down and 6. To throw is Cousins.
That'll be complete to Cook. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe. CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
No receivers open, so he's forced to put that one into Puget's side. That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers. And ultimately, a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
A gain of 4, not enough, and it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota.
Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. 42 yards.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Geno now to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Walker.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody covered. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. On second down, it's Walker. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Straight ahead, Walker. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Gino. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
On 4th down, Smith. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From the 6. And he returns this to the 22. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. And he coughed it up. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Here's Walker. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Seahawks. Geno Smith keeping it himself from 7 yards out.
And the Seahawks continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And it is now 21-0. The drive there is spanning 3 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Cousins now. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch of the divisional round goes for a first down. He had 5 catches last week in their wild card win. Cousins to throw it. Open man, once again it's Thielen. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up second down. Cousins gives way to Cook. There he goes, right side. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook, 58 yards. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They get a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Play action. It's Smith. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
He'll find Metcalf. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
From the 24, Smith. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Noah Fant, a 24-yard touchdown.
And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Now Myers for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Cousins now to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlines. But incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Third down, here's a run by Cook. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Smith off the bootleg. Looking for Lockett, and he's got him working his way free across the middle. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Here we go, here we go.
The final shot here before break. Smith going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
3rd quarter begins with a run by Walker. And he powers his way up past the 30. Andrew Booth making the tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still had the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Smith. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. That's complete right around the 8. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. They'll sneak it with Smith. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Walker now on 1st and 10. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Smith. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that will be a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a Tyler Lockett touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it, the bottom line is it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Returnable for Lockett. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have all but booked their ticket to the NFC Championship game next weekend, and they'll look to finish things off here now in this 4th quarter. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Smith going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 14 in the Seahawk first.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, from both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Running right, here's Walker.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. On third down, here's Walker. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run again with Walker.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 53 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion.
Second down and 7.
They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. And he is going to lose yardage here. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll fake it. Now Smith. This is intercepted.
Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to have it here just past the 25.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Following the interception, Cousins.
Finding Hockenson here on the out route.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up second down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
Throw left side.
And puts it on the carpet, it's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
Down the sideline he goes.
And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Throwing now, Smith. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair. Because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. The Seahawks